Hello, my fire friends. Welcome to another awesome and fiery fun stream. I'm your host, the Infernoman here, and hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you are at. So, we're actually a day away from Valentine's Day. Of course, I won't be here live, so I decided, you know what, we can squeeze in at least one stream before that goes off. But what does that have to do with what we're going to be playing today? Well, I'm glad you asked. So without further ado, let's just explain to you exactly why I'm ranting about Valentine's Day for our Magic the Gathering stream. So as we're loading in right now, there are a couple things that have happened this week that I was like, you know what? This is now the perfect time to actually pull out this deck. So I have actually played with this deck once in a while casually in the Historic format. And earlier this week, Historic did get a shakeup to its ban list. So I figured, you know what? Maybe this is the time now to have this deck shine. So without further ado, join me today in the Historic format for a deck that puts together everything I love when it comes to playing Magic the Gathering. We're talking mono red, we're talking bird, we're talking aggro, we're talking goblins, and a deck that I'm simply calling Whacking It. So that's going to be the game plan for today, everyone. As always, for those of you that are new to this and have been joining us, whether you're watching live or on the replay, thanks again for that. But here's how it's going to be broken down. We'll go over the stats of the deck for just a moment. We'll go over every single card in the deck itself, and then we'll play as many matches as we can in best of one, and of course in best with a budget version of our deck, and then hopefully we can then upgrade the deck later on to show you what you can do if you really want to go all out with this plan. So let's go ahead, let's explain now the stats of the deck. Long-term viewers of the channel know how we do it. We have to talk about the stats of the deck before we dive right in. So Whacking It here is going to be a mono red deck with an average mana curve about, wow, it's super low at 1.2. Average amount of creatures is going to be 20. We have 4 instants, 12 sorceries, 14 artifacts, and 18 lands. M-Dog, hi, hello my fire friend, good afternoon, how you doing today? Thanks again for joining us, and hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. You're just in time right now as we're going to get started right now with explaining how this deck is going to work. So, as you can see here, Whacking It is kind of going over an old game plan. For those of you that actually are old like I am, there was actually a deck that was budget friendly in paper modern. So not historic, not timeless, actual paper format. The modern format had a deck called 8-Wack, and that's where the deck is going to be designed around. I didn't realize both of these cards actually existed in Arena, so I realized we could definitely put this together. So the whole game plan is trying to focus on pumping our creatures up, giving them an extra boost, and giving them some aggro damage by using both of these whacker cards. So the first one here is Goblin Bushwhacker. It's a Goblin Warrior. It has Kicker. It says when this creature enters, if it was kicked, creatures you control will get +1/+0 and haste until end of turn. Not a huge pump, but it is enough to actually give you a significant swing with enough creatures. The other card is going to bump this up thanks to Pioneer Masters. I totally forgot this actually existed, so I'm so happy we were able to finally do it. Reckless Bushwhacker. Goblin Warrior Ally with Surge, and it's a 2/1 with haste. It says when this creature enters, if its Surge cost was paid, other creatures you control also will get +1/+0 and haste until end of turn. So with these cards combined together, that'll give us 8 creatures in total that can give our other creatures pump. However, the timing for these is going to be a little tricky because we ideally want to make sure you have enough mana to actually get the Bushwhacker to go off, or you want to make sure you cast another spell in order to make sure you can pay the Surge cost for Reckless Bushwhacker. But either way, it's pretty easy with how our deck is, and it's very low to the curve. So once now that we have this game plan, we want to start building up a bunch of extra tokens. Mostly it's going to be a lot of goblins because those are very easy little creatures to create, but we're also going to need to enable some other things in the deck. So, as far as the rest of the deck is concerned, we actually have a sub-plan to this Whacker plan. So the sub-plan to it is going to be utilizing a bunch of artifacts for more value. The artifacts in total, we're going to be Implemented Combustion here. We're going to put this down, and then you can sacrifice if you need to deal 1 point of damage to a player or planeswalker. But realistically, as long as this card is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, you can draw a card off of this. It doesn't seem like it does much initially, but hear me out. This is actually going to be one of our key pieces to help us keep drawing more cards. We're also going to utilize here Experimental Synthesizer. So this is a red artifact that says when this artifact enters or leaves the battlefield, you exile the top card of your library, and until the end of your turn, you can play the card. If you want to, however, at sorcery speed, you can sacrifice it for 3 mana to create a 2/2 Samurai token with Vigilance. Not, again, something you're going to do too often here, but mostly we would just want to use it, again, as another piece to help us draw cards. We will have a couple of other creatures that help us draw, or at least provide for us artifact support. It's going to be Volder and Epicure here. When this creature enters, ping your opponent for 1 point of damage. You leave behind a blood token. The blood token itself can be sacrificed to then discard a card and draw a card. But you actually want this down for one specific thing, which we'll talk about in just a second. And the only other card that's a great all-star for our deck is going to be Clockwork Percussionist here. A hasty little monkey toy. When this creature dies, however, you exile a top card of your library. However, you can play that card until the end of your next turn. So this can help us kind of, again, churn through our deck, does some early game damage for us, and you can cash in later to, again, get a fresh new card. So what do all these artifacts have to do with the plan with the Bushwhackers? So that's where, of course, now our other cards come into play. So we have Cadulta Rebirth here and Gleeful Demolition. Gleeful Demolition, you destroy a target artifact. However, if you control the artifact, you get to create 3 1/1 red goblin Phyrexian creature tokens. And with Cadulta Rebirth here, you just sacrifice an artifact to create same 3 red goblin creature tokens. So this helps us go wide with our plan here. And that's basically why we want these artifacts. Helps us draw cards, helps us create a bunch of goblins, which hopefully we can then trigger off our Bushwhacker to do tons of damage very quickly to opponents that are not expecting it. Having said that, we do have a little bit extra support. We have a card, Goblin Blast Runner here. It's a simple 1/2. However, what you can do with it is this creature will get a +2/+0 pump and menace as long as you've sacrificed a permanent this turn. So by sacrificing things with Cadulta Rebirth, or maybe we get rid of our blood token, the Implemented Combustion, anything we can sacrifice gives us a nice little 3/2 that can do some good damage as well as the game progresses. And then finally, we do need a little bit of extra reach just in case we end up gumming up the board and we can't swing. So with that, that's going to be our final pieces here. Our strongest burn that we can afford in the historic format. So for this is going to be Galvanic Blast here, doing only 2 damage to any target. So at worst, it's a shock. However, at best, if we have at least 3 or more artifacts out on the field, this can deal 4 damage for 1 point of mana. Great rate, by the way. But the best card in our deck is going to be Goblin Grenade. I can't believe they actually added this one into Arena, so I'm actually really happy with it. It is a niche burn spell, but it's a very powerful one with the right deck. Goblin Grenade simply says you have to sacrifice a goblin, and by doing so, this can deal 5 damage to any target on the field, whether it's a creature or if you just want to go to face. Ideally, you want to hit the face with this because, again, 5 damage for 1 point is insanely good value. So that's the game plan, everyone. As far as to make sure we can get this game plan off, it is very, very low to the ground curve-wise, so we can afford to trim away a couple of extra lands. We'll be only utilizing on a budget here 14 mountains, super cheap, and of course 4 Great Furnace. The Great Furnace, however, is also an artifact land, so this does help up our count with Galvanic Blast, or at the very least, this can help us just again sacrifice a couple other things that we need to for more value, such as the Cadulta Rebirth. As far as your sideboard, if you do want to play this in best of 3, typically I don't recommend this kind of a deck for best of 3 because it's a very gimmicky deck. But if you do want to try this in best of 3, here's what I'd recommend for you. We have for our Graveyard Hate Relic of Progenitus here. So again, it just helps us just start exiling cards. You can then exile this artifact and then exile all graveyards and draw another card. Casting the Fire here can do 1 point of damage to each of up to 2 target creatures, so a small little pinger here, but realistically you want this to exile an artifact. This is mostly again for the One Ring, so this can get rid of the One Ring at least out of the way permanently. We have Iroh's Demonstration here, so deal 4 points of damage for 2 mana at sorcery speed, which is a little slow, but it's still great because this card also can be a pseudo Wrath, dealing 1 point of damage to each creature an opponent controls. And then we'll throw in also Call in a Professional here. For this card, it's a 3 mana, so it's a little expensive for our deck. However, players can't gain life and damage can't be prevented. So if we're dealing with any kind of deck that has, I don't know, like life gain or anything that's going to just trigger off things, if you can at least play this, hopefully you can then turn off things and make sure you can do damage no matter what against any opponent out there. Curtis, hey there. Good afternoon, my fire friend. How you doing today? Thanks again for joining us today. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. We're just about the time to see us actually play in just a moment here. We're actually done with the deck tech in a second here. Our final card to make sure we can also turn off life gain will be Tibble Rakish Instigator here. So again, opponents can't gain life, which is great for us. And then of course you could take it down if you need to create some devil creature tokens. Not too often that actually synergizes very well with the deck, but again, just creates for us tokens that we can use to ping our opponent if we need to in a pinch. But otherwise, that is the whole game plan for our Wack deck, everyone. So can this new version of a old modern deck work in Arena? Well, there's only one way to find out. So let's go ahead, let's take this now into best of 1 historic ranked and let's see how well the deck can do. All honesty though, I'm not expecting too many victories from this, but if we can get a couple wins off of this in ranked, I'll be happy with it. It's honestly an ultra casual deck, but again, it's gonna be a fun one today. It's definitely built upon my some of my favorite things I love to play in Magic. Hey Sam 2, hello my fire friend, good afternoon. Thanks again for joining us today on the chat. Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Back? You've never stopped playing it. Well, props to you. Honestly, I haven't seen 8 Wack in forever in Modern. And again, considering this is not technically Modern, it's what is it? It's historic here in Arena. I have no idea how well the deck can perform, especially now that we had some new bans that just came up in the format. So I figured, let's give it a shot. Why not? Let's try it out. But I'm assuming you're a big fan of this deck archetype. Excuse me. That was gross. All right, so opponent's playing Luris here. All right. Okay, looks like they're also playing Aggro. Okay, no big deal. The good news is we do have a Bushwhacker already in hand, so we just need to start pumping up our stuff here and start pinging our opponent down. All right, let's get some more pinging going. All right, ping, ping, ping. Hit down to 16. So the game plan for those of you that are trying to figure this out right now is in the early part of the game, just ping away, hit our opponent for little points of damage here and there wherever we can. We save up our Bushwhackers for when the time comes, and we can do some bigger damage as the game progresses. All right, down to 18. All right, they're swinging. Opponent is definitely getting aggro too, but we can get there too. We can match them up here just the same. Clockwork Percussionist, all right. We don't have anything to sacrifice, but we might as well just push the damage through now. Pressure our opponent as much as we can. There you go. That's what you want the whacking deck to do. All right, down to 6. So we technically have the edge here for just a moment. If we need to cash it in, we do have blood tokens, and we have an extra mountain here. So any lands we get right now we don't need. We just need to just start getting more action. If we can get a Goblin Grenade here, that'll be perfect. Or any one of our burn spells actually would be great right now. Okay, light up the stage. All right. Okay, so opponent actually is playing Lightning Helix. Ugh. One of the biggest weaknesses to our deck, of course, is any life gain really makes us sad. Okay, Experimental Synthesizer. All right. All right, we're taking a risk here. Come on, exile. Give me something good. Come on, deck. Okay. Folder and Epicure. Well, I mean, I guess it does ping, but it's not quite what we need. We needed a burn spell. Okay, so from here, so this is again where the deck starts showing its awkwardness. We have the means, but if they're playing Lightning Helix, of all things, we're expecting our opponent to start hitting us. Okay, there's a Lightning Helix, and they get the pump. Ooh. Not good. So they're at 7 now. We're still at 13. We're going to hold back on the Percussionist because we need those to actually do stuff. However, Etching of Kumamo also provides us another problem here. Because they can swing with that. And if we block, the Percussionist does not trigger off. So for here, we'll just block here 1. Okay, so now we have to hope now we can finish this off here. Come on, opponents. Ugh, we don't even get the value off of that. Man, that stinks. So that's another major issue with the deck is, as you can see here, if they can exile our stuff, then we don't get any value. Wow, they actually had the right deck to stop us. Unbelievable. Light up the stage. If I can get at least one drop here, maybe we have... Oh, we don't have a shot. Okay, so... Sacrifice that. Come on, deck. Oh, wow. Wow, we actually came up short. Ugh. Okay, the Clockwork Percussionist is there, but that's not enough. I could swing here for 4. We're at 11. We're not dead, but that Etchigo Kumamo also kind of shut us down. Okay, Monster Swift Spear. Curtis, are you doing an 8 whack deck? I am. I am actually doing it. So we were trying to see if we could kind of breathe new life into 8 whack. Now, technically, the deck can exist here in Arena. Okay, Kudotha. Oh. Did we actually get the win here? Okay, so here's how we do this. We sacrifice here. There we go. We get to exile the card. That does ping us. So that's a... Oh. Oh, there we go. We don't even need to swing. We could just do this instead. We'll sacrifice a Goblin. Goblin Grenade. We take 2, down to 2, but we hit them for 5. And there you go, everyone. Wow. I honestly thought we were dead there for a second, but we managed to overwhelm them right there on the spot. Nice. Sneaky win off the top. Whew, wow, talk about not giving up. That was great. What a comeback there. I seriously thought we were dead. All right, we got our win there. So one of the unique things about this version of 8 whack, at least in Arena, is we could take advantage of Goblin Grenade. I don't think that... Goblin Grenade's not legal in Modern, isn't it, everybody? I think that's only in Legacy, Vintage, and I guess Commander? Not that I would probably play that Commander, unless if it was like an all Goblin deck. But yeah, so that's what makes this version of the deck unique, at least in Arena. You can put together in a historic version some unique version of it, as you can see, where we can actually put together some other cool things. Although, there are already some things that I've been kind of debating if I want to make tweaks on, but we'll talk about that mostly during the wrap-up. Okay, so while we're waiting for our next opponent to show up, thoughts right now, everyone. I have a question for everybody that's watching, whether you're watching live or on the replay. So if you haven't already seen, socials have already been putting out there that starting next week, I think Tuesday, we're going to start getting the rest of the cards from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm aware already the rares and mythics were already leaked, so I have no idea what they're exactly showing off now. Oh, all right. Guess our opponent was not there. No big deal. All right, we'll just go back into the queue. But yeah, what are your thoughts, everybody? Are you looking forward to Ninja Turtles? Are you hating it? Are you hating, again, it's more Universes Beyond stuff? Let me know your thoughts on everybody on what's coming up. No? As in no to Ninja Turtles? Okay, let's see here. All right, so, well, while we kind of take the time to kind of have that conversation, let's see. So we got Blast Runners, which is great. We have a Bushwhacker, Implement of Combustion, a Volted Epicure. All right. Not too shabby for now. If we could just get down a couple, like another land or two would be solid here. All right, so opponent here. Let's see what our opponent's going to try to do. Assuming our opponent is there. There they are. Okay. Hollow Fountain. Oh, they shocked themselves already. Interesting. All right. So if we want to get greedy right here, we actually can just do Gleeful Demolition off the top. That is actually... That'd be pretty... So this is going to be a super greedy opening hand right here. Does our opponent actually have a Spell Pierce? If they do, then we completely set us back here a bit. But I'm going to take a risk here. I want to see if I can get super duper aggro. Opponents? Ooh, maybe they do have an answer. Did I guess wrong? Opponents? Opponents? Okay. Oh, they have Peak. So they look at our hand. So it looks like they're going to try to plan accordingly. So we just blew up our own land, which I know was a very risky move, but we at least now have 3 damage on the field. Curtis? No. No to the TMNT. Okay, okay. Well, that's fair. I get that. Me, I'm still conflicted. On the one hand, I love Ninja Turtles in general. But in Magic, I don't know. I want to like it. But I worry it's going to be Spider-Man all over again. As in, it looks better than Spider-Man. But at the same time, there's some combos and stuff that I was just like, ugh. The card design felt like it was very rushed. Into the... Oh, no, I forgot in this format we do have alchemy cards. So something to be aware of, everyone, is we're going to be dealing with alchemy nonsense. So let's see. Draw a number of cards equal to the spell's intensity. Okay. All right. Just trying to figure out these alchemy cards because I never bothered to pay attention to them. Okay. Any case here, opponent is still debating life. Okay. Well, either way. We ping. Okay. Opponents. You there? Lou. Opponents. Lou. Opponent, you there? Did you lose connection? Okay, well, I mean, free swing here. Okay, put it at 14 already. Not too bad by turn 2. Okay, what else, opponent? Flage. Ooh. Over here. Ugh. So, once again, life gain is our biggest concern with an aggro deck like this. But we're going to try to get around it. Some way, somehow, we're going to try to find a way to speed up this plan as much as we can. Okay, opponents. Okay, well, again, while opponents contemplating life. Okay, so, Curtis, since you're the one that was mentioning it primarily, no to TMNT. Are you actually a fan of Ninja Turtles? Or do you hate Ninja Turtles? Or either way, I guess my other question I would ask is it because it's just Universes Beyond? Because if it is, I totally get that. Just curious, if you don't mind me asking. Okay, so we got 2 mountains now. We'll play the Implement of Combustion. Trying to hedge my bets here. So implement of combustion. Words are hard, by the way. Comes in. I want to put down other goblins, but I feel they might have a Wrath. I'm not sure how their deck is meant to run here, but it feels like it's like a Jeskai control deck. Okay. Alright, so from here, we'll wait it out. We'll just worry about our cute little tokens doing the damage. If they have a Wrath, so be it. Back to 14. I mean, at least from here, we can kind of utilize our other stuff. Okay, Hall of Storm Giants, okay. I guess if they had a Wrath, they would have used it by now. Okay, that's fine. Either way, we're looking good. We're still looking good. Okay. Opponents. Not to sound like an impatient person, but I'm not sure what our opponent is doing. I don't know if they're contemplating every single possible play. Okay. So they're definitely an alchemy deck, which I absolutely hate, but okay. They take away 1 little goblin. So I have no idea what these cards do. I never bother following them. Does anybody actually do like the alchemy cards? I'll be honest, again, I'm not going to try to rant about it again, but I am curious to know, like, what are your general thoughts, anybody, on alchemy cards? Are you a fan of them? Do you like how they've been changed? Does anybody actually out there play the alchemy format? I don't know. I feel like Wizards just kind of waste their time with these cards. Okay, Great Furnace. Okay, so I'm still thinking they might have something in hand. Our opponent is definitely a slower player here, which, again, there's nothing wrong about. I mean, if they take too long, that's why we have a timer. But I would like to at least finish this match someday. Crotus, doesn't suit my decks, especially the Goblin decks I just made in Standard. Okay. If you don't mind me asking, what kind of Goblin deck have you made? Was it the one that's based around some of the new Lorwyn cards that came out? Is it Rakdos colors? Is it mono red? I'm curious to know what you have. Okay, opponents. Hello. Opponent right now is moving as fast as my old 56k connection. Okay, loading a win. Free win. Maybe. Opponent, you got 30 seconds. Otherwise, we get a free win off of you. Not that that's how I want to actually win games. I would actually like to play. Okay, there we go. Finally. Okay. Maybe. Or not. I don't know. Okay. So, again, while we're waiting for our opponent to finally do something, I guess I'll play 1 Blast Runner. Just 1. I'm trying to see if I can bait a Wrath out. I feel like they have to have a Wrath. They have to have something. If they don't, then the Blast Runner can do some good damage here on the next turn. But otherwise, what are your... For everyone out there... Okay, there's Flage again. Okay, it's fine. Alright, it's fine. Set us back another turn. So they go back up to 15. But I think this might be the turn now we can actually finally do Bushwhacker. Oh, they have Surgical Extraction? Wow. Okay. They paid 2 for that? Okay. That's a bold strategy, opponent, but okay. I see what you're trying to do. So they yank out all of our Gleeful Demolitions, but we do have Kadoltha Rebirth still in the deck. So that actually can help us out still. Okay. Like Clockwork Percussion. Say Curtis, Rakdos Goblins deck standard, also known as my Blight Burn. Nice, I do love that. Maybe your build's probably better than the one we built. We built a Blightmare Burn deck a couple weeks ago on standard. But I don't know. The build I looked at now doesn't feel like it works as well as I thought it was. I would like to see what yours is. Maybe yours is better than mine. Okay, Blast Runner. Okay, so Clockwork Percussionist. Bushwhacker. All right, we came to do some whacking, everybody. That's what we're here for. Big swing. Down to 3. They don't have the mana yet to bring back a Flage. They're at 3. Can we close it out next turn? Do they have a Wrath? Even if they have a Wrath. Oh, and there we go. Okay, finally. Okay. They were out of time. They were out of options. So we'll take that win. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Phew. Fun fact, Krenko isn't standard. He isn't standard, which I keep forgetting he is existing. But I don't know. I want to try Krenko in standard again, but I feel like he's too slow now. I don't know. Maybe it's because standard feels very, very fast now with all the lesson decks and the Badger Mole Cubs. It just feels like he doesn't... Like, maybe if it was standard, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago, Krenko would be fantastic. But it just feels like it's just not fast enough. Unless I'm wrong. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are some solid Goblin decks I've faced off against currently in standard, which do excite me. But I don't know. Maybe I'm playing... Maybe I'm not building the right deck for him. Okay, let's start with pinging our opponent. All right. Okay, opponent, what you got? What are you playing? Okay, tap land. Oh, Glasspool Mimic. Interesting. Okay, so for now, let us... Gleeful Demolition. Make some tokens. Pinging away. Down 18. Swing here. Okay, if we can get another land, this will be an amazingly explosive turn 3. Oh. Opponent's already had enough? Alright, I'll take that. I'll take that. Free win. Our opponent saw what was coming and they were not prepared. Alright. So, when bushwhacking goes well, you can just make explosive turns out of nowhere. However, when it doesn't go well, it's usually against life gain decks. But okay, we're getting some wins. I'll take our wins. I'm happy with that. So as we're loading our next game, everyone, question for everybody out there. What do you think right now is the best creature type currently in Standard? I know we're not playing Standard today, but I would like to know, do y'all think from Lorwyn, did Elementals get a boost? Elves? Goblins? Merfolk? There has to be a couple of y'all that do like Merfolk. Shout out to you guys. Always keeping it down. Alright, so Galvanic Blast, Llanowar Elves. So this is also, looks like it's going to be Elves or Mono Green. Alright, there are the Hydras. Okay. Nothing yet from our opponent, that's fine. Play the Great Furnace. We will... This is awkward. I would like for us to actually start doing some damage here, but... Okay. Alright, Gleeful Demolition, our own Great Furnace. I know. It's counterproductive, but it does work. We'll keep one Galvanic Blast in case they have another creature. Okay, opponent, what you got? Okay, so Elvish Mystic, alright. So it looks like, I guess they are playing some kind of elf deck. Okay, Cadiltha Rebirth. So here's how we do this. We'll kick right now. Let's get our damage in while we can. Okay, good pump. Do some whacking. Whack away. All right. Down to 12. Okay. Making progress. So if this works out the way I think it can. Loot. Oh, that's so cute. Always with loot. All right, Great Furnace. So from here... Cadiltha Rebirth. We'll sacrifice the Great Furnace again. Nice. Bushwhacker. One more time. All right. Big swing. Okay, opponent, do you stop this? No, you can't. We whacking our way to victory, everybody. Look at that. What a win there. That's how the deck works, everybody. Again, beautiful. Very, very nice. Okay. Okay, we're doing good, pretty good right now. Let's see if we can keep the good times rolling. I know at some point Arena's probably going to slap us with a bunch of L's because we're probably winning too much here. I don't know. It always feels that way. Unless if I'm having a weird conspiracy thought about that. Does anybody feel that way if you play Magic on Arena? You feel like you get a nice little string of wins, and then you end up losing like everything because it just feels like the game decides, okay, you're winning too much here, so we gotta nerf you for a moment. Unless I'm paranoid like that. Okay, so for now, Folder and Epic here. Right, ping away. Wow. Honestly, I didn't think we would actually be able to get off the strategy of just trying to blow up our own lands for more value, but it's working. So I will take it. Let's see, we'll play Clockwork Percussionist. We will play Gleeful Demolition. Blow up our Blood Token. Alright, so we're set up for next turn for some good damage. Okay, opponent. Unnatural summons. Ugh, more alchemy cards. It's fine, everyone. It's fine. Okay, implement a combustion, but first we'll play Experimental Synthesizer. Give me something good. Okay, Blast Runner's not too bad. Down 10. I have no idea what they have here, but we cannot afford to take that chance. So, blow it up, whatever it is. Okay, what was it? Oh, it was a multiverse. Ugh. If that flipped over, that would have been terrible. Okay, down to 10. Okay, they rebound. They manifest Dread again. I have no idea if, again, that's going to be something that we want to worry about. Ugh. Splash. Okay. What'd they get? Oh, come on. Wow. You are... Jeez. Of all the things they flipped in Atroxa. Okay, and here comes all the alchemy nonsense. Okay, opponents. So... in all honesty, we don't have anything in our deck that stops an Atroxa. Because even if we need 2 burn spells. And that's asking a lot in a deck like this. So at minimum, Limited Combustion. Sacrificing it. Hoping for a Goblin Grenade. That's literally all I'm looking for right now. And we didn't get it. Alright, so try again one more time. I mean, this is the best I could do. But that's not going to get us the win. Alright, fine. I'm just going to L now. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Dang. We were close to ranking up there to the next level. But can't stop an Atroxa. Unbelievable. Like, I don't even know what to say to that. Such a cheesy little thing there. But I guess it worked. So that's, as you can see, one of the other weaknesses to the deck. Besides the life gain shenanigans Atroxa would have had, the other weakness, as you saw right there, we can't stop big creatures. At least not in the main deck. If we had from our sideboard one of our burn spells that means that life can't be gained, then we can be fine. We can go super aggro and just go from there. But it wasn't working out that time. Let's see. Implement a combustion. Okay, so this time around, let's see if we can get ahead of our opponent. Okay. Alright. And here comes now the life gain shenanigans. So let's see here. Do they play what I think they do? Voice of the Blessed, okay. So here... that goes bye-bye. Can't have that survive. Okay. Opponents. They swinging. Down to 19. So our opponent here is going to be a bit of a pain for us, but we're going to try to get around them. Blow up our own implement with 3 tokens. Draw a card. Nice. Okay, so from here, kick away. All right. Big swing. Down to 13. This is going to be an uphill battle here for us. As long as they can keep gaining life, that kind of keeps rolling back all of our damage. So this will be one of those matches where you wish you were best of 3, just because we can pull in at least our burn spells that can blow up the board. But for now, I don't know. It's an uphill battle against life gain. Okay. Question for everybody. If you do play a mono red deck like I do, what would you do to stop life gain? Or are you a person that says, you know what, I'm not dealing with this, I'm just going to concede? Let me know your thoughts, everybody, what you would do in my situation. Would you just concede? Would you try to fight it out to the very end? Or would you be like our opponent here and not play? Okay, opponent, where are you? Hello? Clock is ticking. No, seriously, the clock is literally ticking right now. They got 30 seconds, and then they skip their turn. Okay, I'll be nice. I'll give them a moment. Ticking away. Okay, 5 seconds, opponent. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Huh. Okay, well, if our opponent's not there, I guess I shouldn't complain too much. Volder and Epicure. We will play Reckless Bushwhacker. I mean, I feel a little awkward doing it this way, but okay. If our opponent's not there, opponent's not there. Okay. Well, big swing here. So that means we're doing what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 damage. Not technically enough. If they have a life gain spell, then we're kind of screwed. On the other hand, Goblin Grenade can finish this match off, assuming our opponent comes back. I don't know. Maybe they lost connection. And that's something also I wish they would tell you in this game. So anytime we've had a connection issue, or if our opponent has a connection issue, I kind of wish Arena would give you a little message for that, just to say, like, your opponent is connected. So at least this way, in case if you want to properly concede with them, at least I think that should give you a draw. And in my opinion, that should be a fair way to make sure you don't lose rank. So that way you can't just cheese out wins. All right, I feel kind of bad doing this, but I mean, we are here to do one thing, and that is whack and burn away. 4 points of damage. And there you go, everybody. Free win for us, although I don't feel good about that one, but okay. It is a win. So I'll take it. Okay. Okay, getting our wins, getting our dailies done. Always make sure to do your dailies, kids. Seriously, get your dailies done when you can. At least 4 wins a day gets you 1,000 gold with this and the daily challenge, whatever it is. Minimum, that's 500 gold plus, what, the 250? Actually, wait, no, I did the math wrong. I realize now that's actually 950. So you guys technically need at least 5 or 6 wins to get 1,000 gold a day. That's enough for 1 pack. Okay. So Volder and Epicure getting started here. Opponent's playing Luris. Ping away. What kind of Luris deck do you have, opponents? Is it a burn deck? Aggro? Both? Ooh, they shocked themselves. Giver of Runes? Huh. Okay. So. Let's run with the Synthesizer. Exile. What do we get? Galvanic Blast. Okay. Well, that's actually pretty good for us. Ping away. Bye-bye, Giver of Runes. Ping for damage, down to 16. Alright, so we have a lot of good resources here. But what will our opponent play? Opponent? If we had a Bushwhacker, this would be beautiful right now. But let's see. Can we make it? Okay, opponent. Ooh. Foretelling. Demonic Ruckus. Interesting. Okay. For now, sacrifice our Synthesizer. Exile another card. Nice. So it's a land. So that's a free roll for us there. We will play Implement a Combustion. Implement a Combustion. So you're down to 15. Okay. If we have a Galvanic Blast again, that'd be beautiful for us. Okay, Shadow Pass. So let's see. Demonic Ruckus. Does our opponent have removal? Burn? What do you have, opponent? Show me what you got. Opponent? Hello? Hello? Opponents? Are you there? Maybe? Oh. Oh, it's a... Okay. Opponent's playing an Aura deck. In Boros? Well, that's spicy. But what's not spicy is... Okay, wait. Huh? Wait, why did they exile the... Why did they exile the token? Wouldn't you want to exile one of our creatures? I have no idea what they just did. I don't know if they did that on purpose or not. Cartusive Zeal. Okay. Okay. So they're building up their stuff here. Okay, so there it was. There's the other piece there. Ugh. So now they managed to outdo us here. Even if I was to block everything. Dang it. I don't know if we're actually going to be able to stop this. Sacrifice card, draw a card. Okay. We've got a Bushwhacker. Literally the only thing that helps us right now is we would have to sacrifice literally everything in order to stop our opponent here. And on top of that, now we can't do it. I'll just take the L. Yeah. For a moment there I thought, okay, maybe we have a shot, but we have no way of stopping them. Not at what we have. It's all good, everyone. It's all good. We have to honestly know what matches we can and cannot face. But it's all good. It's all good. So while we're loading up our next game here, everyone, how's everyone's week been going so far? Y'all been having a good week? Anything fun? Have you been picking up new cards? Let me know what you've all been up to. Okay, Mountain. We'll play Clockwork Percussionist. Our monkey swinging away. Okay, opponent, what you got? Inspired Bluff Canal. So, ooh, Spring Witchon. Mox Amber. Ooh, an affinity deck? Oh, wow. Ugh. They threw out there like a ton of their stuff. Opponent just like vomited their whole hand there. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting one here. So for this, ugh, gross. So for this one, I think implement a combustion, and then we will gleeful demolition. It's tempting to blow up away their artifacts, but I don't think that's the right strategy. We need to actually build up our plan. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. So they're going to be an affinity deck no matter what. So they're probably going to play something big. Oh, Pinnacle Emerson. Okay. So they are going to be doing drone shenanigans. But the drones that they make can only block creatures with flying. So in a weird way, we kind of still have an edge here. Sort of. Although they are going to go wide. Very quickly. Okay, so they exiled their Pinnacle Emissaries. Okay. Got another mountain. So here's how we do this. Sacrifice our own Clockwork Percussionist. We exile a card. Okay. Galvanic Blast, that's cute. We will play Bushwhacker. We came here for some whacking, everybody. Big swing here. So the Thought Monitor is the only thing they can block here with, but that's good for us. Okay, opponent. What are you going to do? You can only block with one Thought Monitor. Otherwise, that is a lot of damage going to their face. Down to 4. Okay. If we can avoid any life gain, Goblin Grenade alone should cinch us the win. Kappa Cannoneer. Okay, that's cool. That's fine, opponent. That's fine. Oh, that's just perfect. We don't have to do anything. Okay. Sacrifice 1 token. 5 damage to face, which is more than enough to get us another victory against our opponent there. Aw, yeah. Goblin Whack in there. 8 Whack is back. All right. We actually been getting a pretty decent amount of wins today with the deck. The only roadblocks we've run into are mostly what I was already going to assume the deck was going to have issues, which is life gain and big creatures. But so far, the deck actually feels pretty good as is. Now, granted, there is technically a way we could upgrade the deck, so we'll play maybe another match or two here in best of one budget, and we'll upgrade the deck to show you exactly what you can do if you really want to spend a little bit more. The good news, however, is the upgraded version is actually not that much more expensive. It will cost you a little bit more in rares and mythics and arena, but if you actually want to put this together on paper, maybe you want to put together like a casual deck, then you definitely can upgrade this for like next to nothing. Ooh, Mother of Runes. Okay. Sticky Toilet. Good evening, or is it afternoon? Well, either way, how you doing today, my fire friend? Thanks again for joining us today. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. But yeah, good to see you again. You're just in time for us to see if we can do some goblin whacking here. So let's see. Play our Gleeful Demolition. We'll draw another card off of that. Make some tokens. All right, we got the Galvanic Blast. We'll swing down to 18. Okay. Okay. Looks like they're playing a human deck. All right. More alchemy shenanigans, but that's okay. It's not a huge deal for us. We will... Okay. We'll take a chance here. Sacrifice the Kuldotha Rebirth. If we can get a land, this would be perfect. Okay, didn't get the land, but that's okay. So from here, I think our best solution is we'll swing here. Okay, opponent does try to do their shenanigans. So, Mother Runes is annoying, but it's not impossible to get through. Down to 16. We will fling away another goblin. 5 points of damage to the face. All right, down to 11. We have another grenade ready to go anyway. So we can at least push through at least one more point of damage here. Okay. Well, that's annoying, but that's okay. Not a horrible deal for us. I see what our opponent's trying to do here, so... Goblin Bushwhacker again. Push through that damage. We're just aggro for days. That's all we care about right now is just making this work. Okay, does our opponent block here? They do, and they do. Mother of Runes, of course, will turn on so she can protect herself. That's okay. All we just care about right now is just pushing through those last points of damage. Wizard Captain, okay. Okay, what do they get? Noble Hierarch, okay. Okay, opponents. Nothing else? Okay. Kuldotha Rebirth again. Okay, so... Implement a Combustion. We'll reload on our tokens. Okay, come on, deck. Okay, I really need another land, actually, right now. No attacks. Okay. So we have two options here. If our opponent doesn't gain life, we can win. If they do gain life, then we're dead. Even though we haven't taken a single point of damage, those Inquisitor Captains are rough. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. Oh jeez. They actually got the Guide of Souls. Okay. So they're up to 8, which puts us at a really awkward spot here. If we can get one land, we can Galvanic Blast 2 times, Goblin Grenade to get our win. If we don't, we lose next turn, because there's no way our tokens can block all this. Come on, deck. Come on. Ooh, I'll take that too. 2 Goblin Grenades. 1. There we go. Yes. And then Goblin Grenade number 2. Doesn't matter how many creatures you have, opponent. We burn you out. We burn you out. Oh, yes. Victory. Once again. We cheese out another win there. Oh, that was a beautiful one. Big round of applause for that one. That was a good one. That was a good one. Because we ranked up there. All right. Did we have fun? Yes, we did have fun with that. Thank you, Arena, for asking us. Okay. Goblins, everyone. We're doing it in Historic. Let's see if we can play one more on the budget, and then we'll upgrade the deck to show you if you do like the deck, and maybe you want to invest a little bit more into it, which actually doesn't cost you that many more rares, we could definitely show you what you do to make it stronger. Okay, so here we go. Locking in.
Time to
Yeah, all right, okay. So, still one land hand, but you're going to get that very commonly with a deck like this. We just care about just making our pings. We'll eventually get at least 2 lands. Ideally, you can at least get 3 lands and the rest are all gas. We should be good with this deck. Opponent shocks themselves, okay. What you got, opponents? Monastery Swiftspear. No problem. Cool. Ugh. That one kind of hurts. Okay. Okay, so let's see. We will play the Blast Runner. Okay, doing some damage there. Alright. Clifftop Retreat. Again, if they have life gain, that puts us in a bad spot. I think we can still get around it. We just need at least one more land. Another land here would be perfect, because we missed our land drop in last turn. Right, opponents? What else you got? What else you got? 5 cards in hand. 16 life versus our 19 life. We have 2 creatures. We can block with 1. Is there a way to victory? I'm sure there still is, but it depends on what our opponent throws. Okay, Monstrous Rage. Not surprised. Big swing from them. We get hit to 14. Okay, good. We did get our next land drop, which is perfect. From here, we will implement a combustion. We will Kadotha Rebirth. Sacrifice that implement. It allows us to draw another card. Pump up our Goblin. Alright, nice. Blast Runner can push through damage. Alright, down to 12. We're still in this game. Okay, Prismatic Vista. Okay, opponent is... They sacrifice their... Alright, opponent, what else you got? Invigorated Rampage. Ugh. So that means 8 points of damage to us. Titan Strength. Oh dear. So. Okay. Are we dead? Okay. We might be dead. Okay, so even if I block here and here, that's 4 points of damage through. If I block all 3. Okay, down to 5. Yeah, we're still dead. So no matter what I did, we were going to be dead no matter what. They could sacrifice their own Cacophony Scamp. Wow, they actually outburned us there. Well, that's unfortunate. It's all good, everyone. It's all good. We'll shake it off. No big deal. Either way, that was still a pretty good run for the budget version of the deck. So if you do like the deck, it's pretty solid. I'll leave, of course, a link for that in the details once we're done with the stream. But I think that was pretty solid for what we do. However, what if we took the time to upgrade the deck and see how far we can really push it? The good news, however, is this version of the deck doesn't actually take that many more rares. And in paper, I think we went from a $45 deck to a $60 deck, which is that's actually pretty very budget. So for this version of it, and I'll kind of try to organize this a little bit for you guys. So from here, to look at this deck in a different way, in this version here, the upgraded version, what we're going to try to do is we want to try to see if we can refine a little bit more of what we want to do and give us a little bit more oomph in certain spots. So we'll take out the Blast Runner. Instead, we'll throw in Burnout Brassionaut here. So it's another Goblin. This one, however, is utilizing the start your engine mechanic. So if we can get up to max speed, the creature will get double strike. But the real reason why you want this card is you can then use the extra mana you have to then give this a little extra pump to do some more damage. So in some ways, you may argue that Blast Runner might be a little inconsistent with how it runs because the only way it gets its pump is you have to sacrifice an artifact. With Burnout Brassionaut here, yes, it does a little bit of less damage at the start, but it can get extra damage in very quickly once you can start ramping it up. So we're going to upgrade to this. If there maybe might be something else we might change it to, we could try to consider some other things in the future. But simply, I think that should be the perfect one for us. The real upgrades, of course, will come in the land base. So With an upgraded land base, we can afford Soka's and Crucible Defiance here. By channeling this, if we're getting into the mid to late game, we can use this to make some spirit tokens to help us, again, still stay wide and apply pressure. We'll then put in 2 copies of Den of the Bugbear, so in case we get games where we get blown up a ton, this can be a better way for us to make some tokens, and it allows us to still close out the game against opponents by making us more goblins. And then finally, a single copy of Castle Embereth here. So this one, of course, a classic staple. So for this one here, gives all of our creatures +1/+0 until end of turn. So it gives us another way of providing more for us pump, at least if we need to. Curtis, in the Rakdos Goblins deck, I did add Alicia, who laughs at death for Graveyard Reanimate. Ooh, that is a nice little spicy option for you. I should try that out myself. I actually haven't had a chance to play with her too much, but she actually seems like she'd be a really good addition for Goblins. But thanks for bringing that up. I do want to check that out at some point. But otherwise, okay, going back to this. So, for here, most of it, again, just upgrades in the mana base. And thankfully, these lands are pretty cheap. We just trick ourselves down to 10 mountains. I suppose, and again, this is not something we're going to try to play around with here too much, but if you want to, their only other consideration, and this one's, again, going to be your personal preference. You could add in Fiery Islet. This sounds a little weird, but hear me out for a second. So Fiery Islet will ping you for 1 point of damage. However, you can sacrifice these extra lands to draw some more cards. So this can be another option for you if you want to give a little bit more on that. I wouldn't recommend too many copies, maybe like 2 for the Bushwhacker build. So that's something if you want to consider. Otherwise, for the upgrades to the sideboard here, nothing super crazy. If you want to push out more damage, Mechanized Warfare. So this one means we can do 1 point of extra damage on top of whatever red source we want to hit our opponent with. So that helps us out. We're actually going to take out Call on a Professional. We'll add in now Skullcrack. It's literally the same card, but for 1 mana less. So it's actually cheaper and better overall for us. Otherwise, other ways to then stop some of our most biggest of issues is going to be Roiling Vortex here. Roiling Vortex gives us now a way to ping our opponent slowly but surely, and also for 1 red mana, you can turn off life gain until the end of the turn. So this can be a nice way of also to provide us ways to get around life gain shenanigans if you don't want to deal with that. Otherwise, the only other card I would throw in will be a single copy of Goblin Bombardment here. Thankfully, you don't need goblins for this specifically. I just want to throw this in because you can sacrifice a creature at instant speed to deal 1 point of damage to any target. So if you're near the end of, say, the game and you need to close it out, this could be a great way for us to kind of just ping our opponent little by little, and hopefully that should be another way to get to our victory. So those are the upgrades to our 8 Wack deck, everyone. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and let's take this deck now into Historic. Let's play the upgraded version, and let's see how well it does. As we're loading up our next match, everyone, we're now at the halfway point of the stream. I do want to remind everyone again, if you do like any of the content that we do, any of the budget stuff, make sure to show some love. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe wherever you're watching the content, whether you're watching across YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, or X, for that way you don't miss on any of the gameplay, booster pack openings, live streams, and so much more. Okay. All right, that's enough of my shilling for now. Let's go ahead, let's get this game going. Okay, so we got everything we need here. Solid. Curtis. I just realized something in Modern. I'm surprised there's no next Modern set. Oh. I mean, you're not wrong on that one. Coin Bop. Hello, my fire friend. Good afternoon. How are you doing today? Hopefully having a wonderful day wherever you're at. You love a good 8 Wack deck? Well, I'm glad you are here to see it. We're actually playing a pretty budget one in Arena, and it actually works pretty well, but there are some unique twists that our version of the deck does that the other one in Modern doesn't do. We have access to Goblin Grenade here in this format. Sneaky Toilet. Did this new set fill a goblin-shaped hole in your heart, or was it disappointing? To be honest, it did add in some new goblins, but it did make them in a way that's a little bit more unique. So good question on that one, Sneaky Toilet. Don't get me wrong, I love goblins in any way, shape, or form. I love playing with the creature type, but it added in some very unique things that I'm still trying to figure out the best homes to fit them into. Okay, so let's see. We're going to sacrifice this immediately. I want to make sure we can still maintain momentum. Okay, so we got a Den of the Bugbear. Okay, Galvanic Blast is not bad. We still got to wait a little bit longer. We don't have a way to go wide just yet. So I'm going to wait it out for a smidge. You love Goblin? Me too. What an amazingly powerful card. I'm so happy that we can use this here in Arena. I never thought we would get this in Arena. Such a powerful card. Really, really solid in 60 card decks like ours. Okay, come on. We need at least one go wide spell. I know we just blew up our own artifacts, so I'm hoping we can get a little bit more love here. Okay, opponent, you got to have a pump spell. I know you have a pump spell somewhere. Sneaky toilet. Okay, so there it is. Okay, trying here. Okay, down. So the Monstrous Rage goes on that, which hurts for now, but that's okay. All we're just trying to do right now is just get our shenanigans going off here, so. Okay, not ideal, but I do need to start pushing the damage. Down to 14, we're at 13 right now. Okay, we just need at least maybe one. A go-wide artifact here would be great. I don't know if we're going to be able to pull it off now. We're a little behind here. Sneaky Toilet. The new Uncounterable plus Ward one is definitely the best of the lot. Oh yeah, an amazing card. Unfortunately, though, it's a little expensive for my taste, but hopefully we can get one copy. I'd love to add that to my one of my Goblin decks that I have. Okay. Opponent swinging. They're going to hit us for at least 3. But I'm sure they have something else in hand. Opponent, what else you got? Monstrous Rage. Yeep. Down to 5. Okay. Another Goblin Grenade. Okay. So, I think we can actually get a win here. So, let's try this. Bushwhacker. Get the pump. That's 4 damage. Down to 9. Goblin Grenade number 1. Oh, yeah. And then second Goblin Grenade. Whoa. We managed to pull off a cheesy win there. We cheesed out a win, everyone. I can't believe it. Once again, Goblins make their way through. All right. We're still ranking up. We're doing it. Wow. I feel like we had no business winning that one, and we managed to sneak out a win. All right. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Again, we got to keep the good times rolling, everyone. We're on a good streak right now. We haven't lost that many games. For every one we've lost, we've been able to recoup no problem. Oh, yes. The reach with Goblin Grenade is insane. In 60 card, do not underestimate Goblin Grenade. 5 points of damage is literally 25% of their life at the start. So if you can ping them away for just a couple of goblins here and there, you can definitely make up the ground with these cards. They're very, very strong. Okay, so let's see. I'm playing Fortified Beachhead. Okay. And this is also now another one of the bigger weaknesses. So another card that hoses us pretty rough is Authority of the Consuls. Opponent is playing it to start, so. And also because we don't have an answer in mono red for enchantments. So we're going to have to kind of just slowly tough it out. If our opponent is playing alchemy cards, we're going to have to deal with. So we're going to try. We will try. Okay, draw a card. Okay, they gain life off of that. Okay, we're going to see if we can try to make it up. Okay. Spells from among cards you drew this turn cause 1 less to cast. Spells from among cards your opponent drew. Okay. Rimass. Okay. So. This is going to be an annoying one. Okay, we'll see if we can try to find a way out around this. So YouTube, I missed it. Thank goodness YouTube can rewind, unlike Twitch. Yeah, it's kind of annoying with Twitch. You have to wait until the stream is over before you can kind of rewind. Okay. I don't want to do it this way, but we have to get around these cards. So we will have to sacrifice 1 goblin. Okay. This is so painful. But we don't have a choice. Gotta get these things off the field. We will play Kadotha Rebirth. Sacrifice our other token there. They take more life. But if that means we can keep their threats off, we'll make it up once we do a couple more swings. Thankfully, though, even if we have our Bushwhacker, even if they cannot swing themselves, that still gives our creatures the pump. Okay, opponent. Oh. Opponent pass the turn. Okay, Orange Chant. Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. Get a free swing in. Okay, but if they're playing Orange Chant now, that means they don't have an option, do they? They don't. Okay. So that means that now we have a chance to make up the lost ground here. Okay, nice. We're going to hold off on the rest of our spells. Okay. I think our opponent doesn't have an answer. Okay. I think this might work. Okay, opponents. Path to Exile. Oh, okay. I mean, sure, opponent. I'll take a Path to Exile. Okay, free mountain. Give our creatures some pump. There we go. Nice, we're making a comeback. Can we close this out before our opponent has an answer against us? Fortified Beachhead. Ghostly Prison. Oh. Ugh. Okay, so for here, creatures can't attack you or your opponent unless you pay. That's 2. Okay, so that means 2, 4. Okay. Down to 4. Ugh, Ghostly Prism. Alright, the opponent has many ways of stopping us, and they're all enchantments, so we can't even blow them up. Soldier, okay. Thalia. If we have a burn spell, that actually would be the one thing that we can help ourselves to, but we're still not quite getting it. So, Bang our opponent here for 1. Okay, Monkey. I'm only going to do this because we're close to a victory here. Alright, deck. We're at a standstill because, one of the toughest pieces we got to deal with here. So they have a soldier deck that's literally built around these shenanigans. Even if we try to go off with Goblin Bushwhacker, it's still not enough. Because that means we have to pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 3 creatures. Okay. Voldrin Epicure. They gain the life still, so that doesn't really help us. But we ping them. So I think our next best option is we need to find our burn spell. If we find our burn spell, we get a win. So that's our next best option here. Coin Bop. I've been playing Pioneer Goblins. It's not great, so I might steal this list. Well, feel free to take the list if you want to. It is working, except when it doesn't against a deck like this. Wow, soldiers and enchantments? Ugh, this has been brutal. Okay. So again, our hope right now is we need to find our burn spell. We get that. Hopefully we can get around our opponent here before it's too late. Okay, down to 18. Okay, so throw away a Bushwhacker. Come on, deck. I need Goblin Grenade. Goblin Grenade right now is the number one thing we need. Okay. Throw away the Blood Token. We will throw away Clockwork Percussionist. Come on, deck. Come on, show me some love. Burnout Brashonaut. Not quite. Oh, there we go. Yes! Yes! Goblin Grenade. We sacrifice 1 goblin off the top. You cannot have an answer, opponent. Come on. There has to be... We have to find a way around this. Come on. They draw a card. Desperation draw. But that wasn't enough. Yes, we got there. Oh, my goodness. Oh, what a beautiful win there. Oh, yeah. Once again, Goblin Grenade. What a powerful comeback maneuver there. Woo! Oh, that was a good one. Oh, man, I love this deck. Oh, GG to our opponent there. All right. We're still looking good with this deck. Man, what an amazing deck. We love goblins here. We love mono red. We love aggro, and we love bird. This is literally like probably one of my favorite burn decks I've built so far. Notorious Cad, good afternoon, my fire friend. How you doing today? Hopefully having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Gobbos go kaboom. Whacking away, swinging, blowing stuff up, sacrificing. This deck has it all. But some way, somehow, we're getting our wins in still. We are making our way up here in the world. Okay, so 2 Wacks in hand, a Kadotha Rebirth, which is good. We just need at least another land. So, Prismatic Vesta, okay. They take 1 point of damage. Any point of damage they can hit themselves with helps us out a lot. Ooh, Exploration. Ooh. Right, opponent is trying to do some ramp. So we got a grenade for later. That'll be good. For now, play the Brassionaut. Okay. Winding Way. What are you playing, opponents? It's a lot of shenanigans where they're going to start playing lands like crazy. Oh, okay. They're playing Volakut. So for those that don't know, this card can get really nasty after a certain point. So this card, the way it works is, if they control at least 5 other mountains, they can start burning us out literally quickly here. Okay. Well, we're going to try to get around that. Down to 18. Okay, second gear. Unfortunately, we missed our land drop there. If we can get at least 1 land here, I think we should be okay. Our opponent, however, cannot activate Volakut until they actually get mountains. So my guess right now is Dryad turns them on. Okay. So, our only way out of this right now is we have to Goblin Grenade now, which is not ideal. But we cannot afford to have that thing go on. So, okay, that turns off their forests. Oh, Primeval Titan. No! Ugh. Okay. They can still surveil, but at this point, we think we might have lost this one. We've fallen behind on our lands, even though we just got one right now, but that's still not enough. We don't have enough Goblin Grenades to stop all this. So, Burnout. Into Kadotha. Draw a card off of that. But it's not going to be enough. Even if we go wide now, once they start hitting without Volcano. I realize now, actually, that might be something to consider for this deck. Although our deck doesn't run that many lands. But this is something that I realize is actually in Arena. We got to build a deck around Volakut at some point. I'll have to make a mental note about that in the future. But okay. For now, okay, here comes the burn. So that's 1, 2. Okay. Okay, they got the One Ring also, which is also painful for us. Okay. Den of the Bugbear. We can't even swing. That's beyond frustrating. I guess for now, Clockwork Percussionist. Okay. Alchemy cards. Okay, Monkey. No swings because we can't do any damage. They hit themselves at round 17. Okay. So. Oh, there's escape ship. Alright. Well, that's game, everybody. They blow up all their lands, and they get all their mountains. They blow us away with the Valakuts, and that is GG's. Alright, I'll let our opponent do their thing. Alright, there's the other Valakuts. And there comes the blowing up of us with lands. Yeah. It's okay, everybody. Again, we can't win every game. But at the very least, our deck can still do some pretty good stuff if we can just hit stuff early on. And insult to injury. Opponent just blows up our goblins. They don't need to do that. They're just being a little stinky here. It's all good. Historic is a bit of a funny format. I used to play this primarily as my main way of playing an arena. Ouch, by the way. It's all good. It's all good, everybody. We've still been making good progress. But yeah, Historic was originally the format I used to build a lot of decks around, and that's actually where I started doing most of my deck techs when I actually started doing YouTube videos. What is now, like, 5 years ago. But since we've added in so many new formats, I've mostly been sticking to Pioneer. But since the last round of bans, I was like, you know what? Let's give Pioneer another... I'm sorry. Let's give Historic another shot. Because now they finally got rid of a lot of stuff that was very annoying in the format. Yes, there are still Alchemy cards I don't want to fight, but they're not as horrible as they used to be. So, it's been pretty decent so far. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. This one's a bit of also an awkward hand, because if we draw... Okay, we got the Brash Knot. So Brash Knot comes down, we start our engines. If we can get down another land, Experimental Synthesizer wouldn't be too shabby here. Okay. Titania. Okay. Okay. Opponent's trying to do the combo here with these two cards. So that means now we have to Goblin Grenade, which I don't want to do. They're obviously not going to block here. So that's a free point of damage. Okay, and then from here, we will Goblin Grenade now. Wirewood Symbiote doesn't do anything. Wait, hold on. I forgot. They can down... Oh, I forgot. Oops. They can instant speed bounce away Priest. Okay. And then... Okay. Well, I realize now I messed up there. Victoria's Cat, I'm great. Oh, thanks. I'm eating dessert. What's your favorite dessert? Something flambéed? Ooh. Dessert, you say? I have to think about that for a second. While I try to find a way to stop our opponent here. Let's see. First off, Experimental Synthesizer. I do like a good cheesecake. I enjoy... Oh, hold on. So let's see. We got to try to find a way to stop our opponent here. Let us Galvanic Blast away. Oh, jeez. We got to hit the Wirewood Symbiote. It's the only way out of this. Because we can't bounce it away. And then Kadotha Rebirth. On the Furnace. Didn't want to do it on there, but we want to save this Synthesizer for a little bit more value. But yeah. Cheesecakes, brownies. I do like a good ice cream. Okay, opponent's going to try to make an insane amount of mana with this combo here. Okay, Visionary. We don't have a Wrath in the main deck. It's in the sideboard. But if we had one, we would be able to blow this away. Okay, leave Crown Visionary. Oh, elves doing what they do best. They're doing elf things. So, is there a way out of this? Sacrifice one goblin. But this feels like it's a losing battle. No matter how much we try against our opponent here, we're going to just keep drawing more cards and get more goblins. Galvanic Blast, all right. No attacks, and we lose that burn spell. Okay. Little by little, we've been able to at least keep them under control, but it won't last much longer. Okay, Eldrami. So much mana they make. Okay, here comes Land of War. And they draw all the cards, refuel their hand. Yep. That's Elves for you. Not an easy deck to fight, especially when we're a little bit underpowered ourselves. It's all good, everyone. Okay, opponent swings. There's no point in blocking that. Okay, Goblin Grenade again. So, I mean, at this point, I mean, I could hit them for whatever, but it's just not enough. We sacrifice here. Okay, it softens up all the goblins. Pay the surge cost. Not that it helps us out that much. Okay. I've used up 3 Goblin Grenades just to keep this deck under control, and I feel like that might have been a mistake. But it's so hard to figure out what's the best way to stop elves. Do you just focus on the direct damage and hope that you draw into your finishers? But then you run the risk of getting overrun very early on. That Wirewood Symbiote alone was our Probably the thing we probably should have killed first. Oh, never mind. There's a life gain and drain. Alright, we'll take the L. Man. L still can do some nasty stuff. But we've known already that, because we played our fair share of cheap elf decks. It's all good there, everyone. It's all good. Shaking it off, we'll just play again. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's keep it going. Whew, okay. That's actually also a thing that you could probably ask everyone else on Notorious Cat. So, what else is everyone else's favorite dessert? I do like brownies, as I mentioned. Cheesecakes. Anything chocolate also. I love chocolate. Chocolate is delicious. But yeah, what does everyone else enjoy for a dessert? Let me know in the comments, everyone. I would love to hear from you. But until then, okay, so we got Sogazin, a mountain, some bushwhackers, Kadotha. No, opponent is mulliganing. Oh. Okay, well, I guess they didn't get what they wanted, so free win for us. Yay. Okay. Free B today. At least one. Alright. Free cards. Alright. Keep it going just a little bit longer. So, looking at the clock, everyone, we're about 3/4 of the way through the stream, in case you guys are wondering right now. If you do want to show a little bit of love, as a reminder, we do have a Patreon where we put up some exclusive, unique videos that we don't usually post up to the main channel. Or you can also see them on YouTube as part of our members-only playlist, where we do have some unique stuff there, all the bonus content. But if nothing else, for free, you can also show some love by also just joining our Discord and being part of our growing group of fiery friends. Either way, your support will help keep this channel going, everyone. As a reminder, all links will be located in the details below once the stream is over. Aside from that, we still appreciate all of you who have been here today and showing your love by being here part of the stream. The only thing right now I do not love, however, is my cards getting discarded. Okay, turn one Thoughtseize. Ugh, gross, by the way. But I guess I'd be a bit of a hypocrite if I didn't say I'd never use Thoughtseize myself. It's a good card, just not my jam. Alright, one bushwhacker down. Mountain. And nothing we can play right now, so we'll pass. Yeah, that was a tough one. It's all good, though. Sanguine Siphoner. Okay, so it is life gain and drain. Alright, we'll sacrifice here. Bit of a risky thing to do, but it's okay. Experiment with the synthesizer, okay. Alright, so synthesizer. Exile another card. Okay. It is Implemented Combustion number 2. And then, okay, so we need one more for Galvanic Blast to go max damage. We need to get rid of that Sanguine Siphoner, though. Ooh, Phyrexian Arena. Okay. Okay. Life gain shenanigans begin. So, okay. Well, while this is not ideal, we'll probably have to do it this way. Blow up the combustion. Notorious Cats, I had tiramisu tonight. I love carrot cake, red velvet, and good ice cream. Ooh, nice. Tiramisu. That's nice. That's fancy. So, what kind of ice cream actually do you like? We'll also do a big swing here. Down to 10, opponents. They'll draw another card. So they go down to 9. Okay, so some kind of black mid-range deck? Although Sanguine Siphoner feels a little underpowered for Historic, but hey, you do you, opponent. Ooh, Toxic Deluge. Wow. Ouch. That hurt. Well, not the worst. Let's see here. We will... How do we do this? How do we do this? Burnout. Okay, opponent. Swamp Cycling. Okay. Throwing away their troll. We will bushwhack now. Trying to push through the last points of damage and be quick. Down to 5. Okay. They go to 4. So this does put us in Goblin Grenade range. Come on, deck. A little bit more. Just a little bit more, we can get this done. Jet Medallion. Okay. This late into the game? Okay. That's a choice, opponent. They swing. Oh, nope, they don't swing. Okay. Well, does their opponent have removal? Oh, they don't. Okay, nice. Okay. So, I guess we'll just go for it right now. We will sacrifice a Bushwhacker. Do you have life gain, opponent? If you don't have life gain, we win right here on the spot. Hero's downfall. All right. Opponent out of desperation, but we get our win. All right. Yeah. Victory goes to us. Very, very nice. Okay. Feeling good. Feeling good. All right. Still getting our wins in. I mean, at this point, I've kind of lost count as to how many we've gotten, but we definitely are on a win streak today. Maybe not consistently, but we've gotten more wins than losses, which has been so much more nicer than the past couple of streams where we've kind of had a bit of a string of fallen bad luck. So far, we've been doing pretty good. Been pretty satisfied with how this deck has turned out. Young Wolf. Oh, I forgot this is in here. This usually is part of some combo shenanigans. Play Burnout Rational first. But the Undying, even if I blow it up, it's going to come back stronger than it is. So, what does that mean for our opponent here, though? Young Wolf again. Okay. Amplify Rexing Tower. Huh. Some kind of sack deck? Okay, they generate. Young Wolf comes back. Thoughtseize. Oh, jeez. Okay. Notorious Cat, Pistachio, Dark Chocolate, Strawberry, Cinnamon. Nice flavors, by the way. Ooh, I love pistachio, by the way. That is my jam. Oh, come on, opponent. Come on. Ugh. 2 Thoughtseize back to back. Okay, opponent. Okay, got a Bushwhacker at least. So, let us Galvanic Blast. 1 Young Wolf goes bye-bye. Down to 15. Start your engines is at 2. Ugh. Okay, Formidable Speaker. Ugh. That usually leads to something really bad. Okay, so they throw away a Fatal Push. They draw... Oh, okay, it's a sacrifice deck. Huh. Alright. Well. Do it this way. Young Wolf goes... Oh, wait, I forgot. It pumps back stronger than this. Okay. Well, then. Bushwhacker. No attacks. I totally forgot it does that. But at least this means that Sephiroth can't sacrifice it more than once. Okay, Sephiroth coming in. Sacrificing the wolf. Do some pings. Okay. Nothing else from our opponent. Okay, Great Furnace. So, It has to block with both. We can't do anything. Ugh. Oh, jeez. We're once again stonewalled. Okay. Can we get around this? Notorious. I don't play Historic much. Is it worth using Gleeful Demolition with that 1-mana indestructible pickaxe? Oh! Wow. I feel really, really dumb right now. I totally forgot that pickaxe exists. So maybe that might be something to consider. You gave me a really neat idea that I realized maybe we should consider. We'll look at that right now in just a second. Okay. Bushwhacker. Max value. So this is what we're trying to do here, everyone. Hopefully we can push through this damage here now. Okay, pump up the whole team. Big swing here. So obviously Bushwhacker gets blocked. Both Bushwhackers get blocked. Down to 8. Okay, start your engines. Number 3. Ugh. But they do get some life gain and drain. If we can get one more hit, Brassionaut can then do max damage. Okay, 1 card left, opponent. And we're out of cards ourselves. Porta calling. No. That means they're going to get something good, aren't they? Badger Cub. Huh. Okay. I feel like I'm fighting like a standard deck in Historic. Because almost all these cards exist in the format. Okay. I'm doing some life gain and drain shenanigans. Okay. Down to 13. Okay, Bushwhacker again. Okay. We're trying here, everyone. Swing with 4. Okay. Down to 7. But we are at max speed now, so that means Burnout Brastronaut now can actually have double strike. Although this life gain and drain is really hurting us right now. Badger Cub again. Oof. Alright. Verge land. What's your last card, opponent? Okay, they sacrifice some more. Maybe. Yep, they do. That is a neat little combo, though, with the Badger Cub, I realize, and lands. And Sephiroth. Okay, down to 6. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be able to survive this much longer. I'm going to try. Little speaker number 2. Okay, so they did have a land. They get out. Oh, they got out Yawmoth. Okay. So, I mean, at this point, it's pretty much just we swing now, and we hope for the best. Okay. Activate. Down to 10. Okay. We get drained down to much. I can Goblin Grenade, but that doesn't really help us all that much. So from here, I just want Sephiroth dead. Honestly, that was mostly the real reason why I just kind of did that. But I'll take the L. And he managed to still get off the emblem anyway, so yeah. Alright, it's fine, everyone. It's fine. Can't win them all. Sacrifice, life gain, and drain decks are also one of our weaknesses to a deck like this. But it's all good. It's all good. We've been having, actually, always pretty good amount of victories today, so I'm definitely going to take today's deck as a success. Okay. Trying to see right now, how much more time do we have here? Maybe we have enough time to get a couple more games in. And then we'll probably do our wrap-up like we normally do. And, of course, we'll end it with our usual thing. Okay, we'll keep this hand. And then we'll see from here, can we get to our victory? Mountain? Oh, all right. Well, free win once again. Yay. Okay. Well, I mean, okay. I just feel like I get these kind of like cheesy free wins here and there. It's all good, though. Okay. It's all good. Shaking it off. We're going to keep trying. They can sucker off it. Oh, that was hilarious. Sucker off it. Clever. Okay. I'm waiting for our next game here to load up. So, before I kind of get my own thoughts on it, what are your thoughts so far on the deck we've currently played, everyone? Do you like it so far? Would you play it yourself? Would you build it in paper? Let me know, everyone, how you feel about what we've been playing so far today. Honestly, I've been pretty satisfied with it already. Not really going to say too much on it right now, but I've been pretty good overall. This would be a hilarious hand if we can draw into more creatures. I know, someone's probably going to yell at me for holding this hand, but I'm going to try. Even 1 or 2 goblins might be enough here. I know. I'm that much of a risk taker. Ironically, though, if our opponent can shock themselves here, that actually puts us in perfect range. Okay. Oh, Bogle. Okay. It's a Bogles deck, everyone. This is actually on my radar for another deck I'm going to do at some point. So stay tuned to that. Sacrifice 1 Goblin. Puts him down to 12. As long as they don't have life gain, we might be able to pull off a win here. Ooh, down to 10. Okay. The shocking actually was good. But if they do have... Okay, they have Audacity. If they do have... Okay, they don't have life gain. Okay, we can cheese out a win here. We can totally cheese out a win right here now. Opponents, thank you so much. Down to 8. I was so glad I kept this hand. Oh my god, I can't believe this actually worked. Oh, that was good. Wow. What a goofy win on that one there. I did not think we were gonna... I did not think I was going to be rewarded so well for that hand. Oh my goodness. If they actually had Sheltered by Ghosts, we would have been dead. Oh my god. Ugh. Ouch. Oh man, but that was good. That was good. Win's a win. I haven't actually done this well in Historic in a long time. So it's actually been pretty sweet to actually get some wins here with this deck that we have brewed together. Not even like a meta deck. It's just something we just threw together and thought, you know what? Play it all. Maybe it can work. Alright, so gonna keep this hand. Tori's Cat. Deck seems fine, but I'm not a goblin person. I do like the grenade animation, though. That is kind of cute, though. Someone actually took the time to animate the goblin flying through the air and just hitting your opponent's face. I do like that. Okay, so... Let's see here. We'll wait it out. Okay, Goblin Grenade again. That's cute. So, let's see. Nothing yet. I don't know what our opponent's doing, so I'm actually going to wait for a bit here. Move that there. Burn Cells go there. Okay, what is our opponent? Oh, Seasoned Pyromancer. Alright. Galvanic Blast that, so that's out of the way. So they will discard 2 cards. Okay, so it is Flage. So they're going to try to get value off of their graveyard here. We don't have any graveyard hate ourselves. But they do hit themselves quite a bit here just to get this all to work. They threw away our Galvanic Blast. That's fine. That's not like our main game plan, so I don't mind that. But they do know what we're trying to do. Okay, Burnout Brash. Okay. We'll play it. Okay. They still need 3 more cards in the yard to actually make a difference here. But those Sunday Canyons are going to hurt. Unless they have life gain. Alright, once again, life gain shenanigans will kind of make us feel bad here. But we're not giving up. We have to find a way to get through. Okay, ping our opponents. Alright, start your engines. This is technically at number 2. And then from here... Lethal Demolitions to hit our own artifact. Nice. Okay, so we are set for success. We just need to find a way to get around stuff here. Assuming those lightning hilises do not continually cause us... frustration! Okay. Opponent's got 6 cards in the yard, so Flage is coming. They hurt themselves, but they get that life back anyway. Okay. Unfortunately, also, Flage is a little too strong for us to push through with Burn. At least not with what we have. Okay, so... Our only way is we have to hopefully bluff our way through this. I mean, our opponent already knows what we have. But... Can we force through damage here? Do the Bushwhacker. Okay, big swing. Opponent, do you block with your tokens? They do. Okay, down to 12. Okay. Okay, Goblin Grenade away. Whee! Again, don't want to have to use our grenades this way, but we got to get Flage out of the way. Okay, so at least it's off the field, and it's going to be a while before they can put it out there, so... Okay. Trying to see if we could survive a little bit longer here. Okay, mountain. We will... Bushwhacker. Trying to do some heavy damage here. Okay, swinging away. Opponent, do you have an answer? Are they going to make a token? Ooh, Gonjo. Okay. Well, I mean, that's a choice. Do they sacrifice their bait canyons? They do. That does get us to max speed, though. So if we do get a Brassionaut, I guess that helps us out a bit. Okay, pass here. Not enough yet for Flage, but if we can keep them off the field for at least a turn or two, we might be able to squeeze in a win here. Unless they have another one. Ah! No! Okay, they reset the clock again. Up to 9. Okay. Can we get out of this? Is there a way out of this? Okay. Sacrifice our combustion. Just trying to draw cards and do some ping damage. Okay. Den of the Bugbear. Not quite what we need. We already have one. So I guess we're now just going to do Den of the Bugbear. Okay. Please do not have any more burn in hand. We'll make a token. Okay. Down to 3. Another tap Den of the Bugbear. Okay. Still not enough in the yard to do that, unless they sacrifice some more Sunbait Canyons. Okay. This turn is going to make or break us. Does our opponent have the answer? Okay. What do you do, opponent? What you doing? You got it? Or you don't? This technically does look like it's going to be an easy victory for us, but we're not quite there yet. If they have any life gain, that also really sets us back a ton. Ooh, Wrath of the Skies. Okay. Alright. Well. What will we do here? I don't know what their last card is. They have no land destruction. They still need one more card in the yard. Okay, so they do say sacrifice Sunday Canyon. Okay. But they can't get Flage out now. They're probably drawing for... Okay, so they have hit 2 Lightning Helixes already. Okay, so... Ooh. Ooh, this is a bad turn. Okay. We got to go for it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Okay, we got there. Woo! I was sweating there for a second because I thought, like, okay, do we just activate Den of the Bugbear, or we just try to draw some more burn? But okay. Phew. Okay, we got the win there. All right. Getting our wins. Still getting our victories. Look to the skis. Skies. Okay. So maybe 2 more games, and then we'll probably be wrapping it up there, everybody. We'll do, again, an overall general quick discussion of the deck. We'll give you a nice little sneak peek if you're going to stick around to the very end of the stream to see what are we going to be streaming. Most likely it's going to be Sunday night, and then what we'll be posting later next week to show off our latest deck tech. Mostly it's going to be for the Pioneer format. So stick around, everyone. We're almost there, but I would always like to give you guys a little sneak peek for those of you who've made it this far into the stream. And I appreciate all of you today who have been with me today. Even those of you that are just lurking or just watching, still appreciate your eyes on this stream. Thank you so much, as always, everyone, to all of your support. Forest. All right. So from here, nothing yet. Okay. So the best way to do this is... I'm going to wait it out for a second here. Okay. Okay, we exile. Yes, I do know that old Simpsons. It was the... What was it? It was the geeky guy that that they have on there, right? The squeaky teenager voice. Look to the skis. I think he means skies. Was he the one that made the quotes, Notorious Cad? I don't remember. God, it's been so long since I've remember all these Simpsons quotes. Okay, so Galvanic Blast actually now can do max damage here. Okay, ooh, Passage. Wait, what are they for? Oh, okay. They're plotting Outcast Trailblazer. Okay, so how do we do this here? I think... Down to 16. Down to 12. Pass. So we're going to try to do that heavy damage now. We're just going to go to face. Was that the right move? I got a little frisky there. Just trying to see if I can actually do maybe something heavy here on the next turn or so. Because even if I blew this up, it won't matter because they already have it down. Yo! OTW News 333. Yo, hello, my fire friend. Good afternoon. How you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. And thanks again for stopping by. I think it was Treehouse of Horrors episode with Leonard Nimoy. That's right. That's right. I think it was. Was that the one where Mr. Burns... Wait, no. No, that was another episode. I was thinking, was it, the one where Mr. Burns was mistaken for an alien? I know it's not a Treehouse of Horrors episode. That was the one I was thinking in my head. Okay, they got Fanatic of Ronos. All right. Opponent. Trying to get off stuff here. Okay, Great Furnace again. Okay, so. Good Oath of Rebirth. Sacrifice the Implement. Draw a straight out card. Nice. And then we will play Brashonaut. We will Bushwhack our way. Okay. Minimum. Something's at least like 6 points of damage go through. Your Mythic 82%? Hey, that's way better than me. I've only hit Mythic like once. That was like... Ugh. I think that was like maybe like 5 years ago. Yeah, I really haven't been pushing myself competitively in a while. But hey, happy for you. I mean, hey, you make Mythic. That's still pretty good. What deck did you use to get to Mythic? Or did you use more than one deck? Oh, no. So was I right on that one, Notorious Cat? Was it the Mr. Burns is an alien? Or at least mistaken, isn't it? God, it's been so long since those episodes. Those episodes are so classic still. Okay, so we lose the Bushwhacker there. That's okay, though. They're at 4. Again, the only thing that holds us back is if our opponent has life gain. If they don't have the life gain, we can let them swing for full damage, and we should be good to go. Having said that, they have a lot of mana they can just pull out here. Okay. What will you do, opponent? You've got technically 8 mana open, and you're playing mono green. You have to have something huge in hand. Ooh, down to 2. Okay, whatever you did to shock yourselves, that must have been worth it. Oh, Karn the Great Creator. Okay. I mean, that means we can't sacrifice our experimental synthesizer, but that's fine. We don't care about that. We just want to push through the last points of damage. I know we can do it right here. Orzhov Aggro, you say? Ooh, nice. You got a deck list for us? If you can, maybe you could dump it into the Discord. I mean, I have a Discord where if you want to dump deck lists into, you're more than welcome to do that across whatever format you play in. But that's cool. Happy for you. Sky Sovereign. Okay. They have the giant boat. Okay. Opponent's going to get the boat. Or, no, Elish Norn. Huh. That's a lot of card draw. Ugh. Alfredo Guzman, remember me? Yes, I do remember you. You were there in the last live stream. But thanks again for joining us today. How you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. And also, Michael's Mayhem. Hey, hello, my fire friend. Also, welcome back. And our opponent has had enough. Oh, I wanted to do the final points of damage, opponent. It's all good, though. We'll take that victory. We'll definitely take that victory. Okay, looking at the clock, everyone, this next game is going to be our final game for today. Win or lose, no matter what happens, this will be it for today, everyone. And we do appreciate y'all. Wow, 2 hours flew by pretty quick for us today. But we actually had a lot of games today. And we've actually been getting a pretty good win streak. So even if we lose here, that's not a big deal. We've actually had a really successful run today. You just beat 89% with Red Burn? Nice. That's nice. Okay, so let's lock in, everyone.
It's time to
Yeah, all right, okay. Let's do this. We got this. We've got this. All right. Nice win. Yes, it was. And you like my videos? As always, appreciate that, Alfredo. And I appreciate you still popping in when you can. Okay, let's do this, everyone. See if we can wrap this one up here now. Let's do Clockwork Percussionist. Early game damage. Okay, opponent, what you got? Tap land. That's cool. Mountain. Burnout Brashonauts. Go with the Rebirth. Actually, hold on. Not yet, not yet. Play the Implemented Combustion first. Swing here. Down to 18. All right, level 2. Okay, so if this works out, if we can get at least one more land, we should be able to do a massive swing here. Okay, tap lands. That's been helping us a lot. So from here, could do with the Rebirth. Risky move, but we're going to try. Come on, deck. Come on, let's end this on a strong note today. Dang, okay. Not quite what we need, but that's okay. We are still building up our stuff here. That's okay. Down to 16. All right, level 3. Notorious Cat. I mixed the Paranormal Nature. Oh, hold on. March of Reckless Joy. Ooh, okay. Try to get some more card draw out of them. But they're getting a lot of tap lands, so in a weird way, this is helping us out a bit here. Okay, Galvanic Blast. I mixed the Paranormal Nature of the episode with the annual Halloween themed ones. Nice. That's cool. Love to hear that. Like and subscribe. Oh, Alfredo, appreciate you with your support as always. Michael Mayhems, have you ever played Helldivers before? I actually have not. In fact, I don't own the game, but I actually have had a bit of a passing interest in it. I think it's on sale right now on Steam. Maybe we might buy it. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Let's see here. How do we do this? How do we hit our opponent here? I think... You know what? We came here for a reason, everyone. We're just going to swing with our Goblins. Just going to go big. Big swing here. They only have a crab to block. That's fine. Down to 6. And we're now at max speed for a Burnout Brashonaught. Okay. Ooh, down to 3. Ooh, Iron Crag. Did our opponent just beat us? Goblin Charbral Church combo. Wow. Out of nowhere? Well, that stunk. Okay, well, they got us with the Charbral Church combo. All right. Not quite the way I wanted to end it, everyone, but hey, it's okay. We took a lot of wins today. We got our victories in. So, you know what, opponent? You can have it. It's fine. I ain't mad. I ain't salty. But that's pretty much going to be it for that, everyone. So let's actually now just go to the wrap-up now, and let's end this today. So, whacking it, everyone. Yes, I know what I said. We were whacking it today in Historic. Pause. I know what I said. Any case, what did you think of the deck overall, everyone? Do you like the deck, and would you play this deck in any way, shape, or form? To be honest, I actually like this deck to the point where I think I might be able to put this together in paper and maybe just keep it as one of my, like, fun kitchen table decks that I could just have fun with friends whenever I come over. This is definitely a fun one that is very, very powerful. Surprisingly, it's a lot more stronger than people may think it is. It doesn't look like it does much, but once you start putting stuff together here, this deck can definitely do a lot of massive damage, and I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. Even budget or non-budget, they're both perfectly fine. The budget one only is going to cost you realistically like what? I mean, wait, do I actually have any rares in this? Oh, I realize I actually don't. So if you want to play the cheap version, no rares, no mythics. It's as budget as you can make it. The only thing that's going to cost you a bit is some of the cards are a little expensive, but $45 for a budget deck like this is not too bad. So Great Furnaces are probably the most expensive cards, along with, I think, I'm trying to remember what the other expensive cards are. I think it's Relic of Progenitus are a little expensive, and also I think the Goblin Grenades. But those are the most priciest cards. Otherwise, it works really well. Excuse me. So if you're a fan of Goblins, Aggro, Mono Red, Burn, play this deck, everyone. You can get quite a few wins with it, as you saw today. Even though we're playing ranked, if you're playing unranked, I'm sure you'll get your dailies done with this deck very quickly. If you do like the deck and you do like what we played in upgraded version, also same thing. Won't cost you that much. Some extra rares and mythics there. If you don't want to spend that much, play the budget deck. Works great. If you do like the deck, even in paper, I think $60 is at the top end of this, so that's still very affordable and very nice for anybody to have. So highly would recommend this for anybody out there, everybody. Otherwise, I think, I mean, I can go on and on. I honestly don't have any notes. The only card that someone did mention on here, so I'm going to pull it out real quick. I think someone mentioned Diamond Pickaxe as like, as an option for you. So Diamond Pickaxe here might be something to consider. The reason why I didn't put it in is, I don't know, it is a little expensive for our deck because it only is 1 mana to cast, but you have to spend 2 mana to equip it. However, if you start attacking with it, you start making treasure tokens, which bring great value overall. Maybe I would consider this as maybe like a one of in the sideboard. But again, you can mix and match the deck however you want. If you are looking at other goblins to put in, maybe if you want to kind of play around with stuff, here's a couple options for you real quick. So if you want to look at goblins, if you want to go maybe like the more aggro and burn route, Cacophony Scamp is perfectly fine. If you want to throw in Foundry Street Denizen, this one is a bit more of a riskier one because you do need to make sure you keep casting red creatures. But if it does work, you can get a really big swinger out of this. But it also, again, it's very hit or miss. Goblin Banneret can also be another card if you want to use this one. Can give you also instant pump as well. Same thing with the Fireblade Charger. This one would be better if you'd use the Diamond Pickaxe. So mix and match however you want to, everybody. Reckless Lackey can be good because you can sacrifice this if you want to just draw some cards. Stadium Headliner is also good too. And again, although I'm not a fan of Alchemy, if you don't care about, how you feel about Alchemy, if you want to use that, you can also use Reckless Ringleader too. This is technically a Alchemy style card because it gives one of your goblins in your hand permanently haste. So if you want to use this on a Bushwhacker or, I don't know, like your Burnout Brashonaut, you can do that as well. So again, mix and match what you want, everyone. You have a little bit of extra options if you want to play around with the deck a little bit more. Still, I like it overall. Michael Mayhem's, because on the game, it's the nicest community ever. Okay, so you're talking about Helldivers. If you start it and you go into a level like with 100, he'll probably drop like a guard dog or something, or a machine gun or something. Okay, so it sounds like it's a very supportive style of community. That's cool to know. Consider that maybe in the future. But thanks for bringing that up as a recommendation, Michael Mayhem. Notorious Cad. Love that Clockwork Monkey. It got me a lot of wins with my Red Fling deck last year. I love the monkey so much. This has been a great, like Clockwork Percussionist does so much for you. Haste, it's an artifact, it's a red card, and it leaves behind a card once it dies. So it has great value, great in Pauper, great against like whatever. So definitely an all-star card. Very cool card. We didn't get too much of a chance to use it that much in this stream, but I'm happy with it and definitely would recommend this for anybody. Alfredo Guzman, I subscribe. You're the best YouTuber. Aw, you're so kind there. Everyone subscribe because he's the best YouTuber, and I like Pokemon. Everyone child out on this YouTuber. You are hilarious. But again, appreciate your positivity there, Alfredo. Appreciate you popping in for the stream. Even if we're not playing, again, the games that you guys want to see, I still appreciate you guys just being there for me. So thank you again for that support, everyone. Notorious Cat might be too slow, but free Gobbos. The opponent hates to kill it. That is true, though. So well, that's also one thing to be aware of with this deck is, aside from the benefits, remember again, the weaknesses of this deck are going to be life gain, big creatures, and then anything that flies in the air, because we really don't have too many things that can blow things away. And also enchantments also will make you sad. Sorry, I have like I'm like disgusting phlegm in the back of my throat right now. This is so gross right now. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I'm okay, everyone. I'm okay. I'm fine. Any case, that's pretty much going to be it for that, everyone. Don't worry. We will have, of course, the links in the details below for both the budget and non-budget version of the decks. Now, having said that, if you made it this far into the stream and you do want to see what else we're doing, peace. Okay, we'll see you later for that. Oh, thanks for the subscription there, OTW Live. Appreciate that. Hopefully, we'll see you again on another live stream. For those of you that are still here with us for just a couple more minutes, for my True Fire friends, I'll give you a little sneak peek as to what we're going to be doing for the next couple days. So, stream Sunday night. We're looking at a Merfolk deck. We're going to be playing with Sig here. This is one of the last of the creature types we haven't played on Lorwyn yet. Lorwyn definitely got us some Azorius style Merfolk, so I want to play around with Azorius Merfolk in Brawl. So that's what we're going to be doing for Sunday night. Otherwise, our next deck tech is going to be an Elementals deck. So this is going to be coming out soon. This is actually a hilariously fun deck. It's literally Teamer Elementals updated for 2026. And I can tell you right now, it is fun. Very powerful on a budget. So check that out when that video drops Tuesday morning. We're going to be playing that one, everyone. Besides that, beyond that, sorry about that. Beyond that, still not sure, again, what else we're going to be doing. We'll probably start looking into some previous creatures and combos that we haven't had a chance to play with from previous sets. So stick around for that for next week's live streams, everyone. But otherwise, that's going to be it for today, everyone. That's going to be it. We need to take care of a couple other things. I got to finish the elemental deck, so I got to do some more recordings with that one. So we'll be doing that for the rest of the day, everyone. Until then, big shout out to everyone that was here in the chat today that was chatting with me. So thanks to everyone who's popped up. M-Dog from earlier. Curtis, appreciate you popping in. E-Sam as well. We have Coin. Sorry about that. Oh, man. Oh, the cough is coming back. CoinBob64, thanks again for popping in as well. Sneaky Toilet, as always, appreciate you being here as well. Notorious Cad, popping in as well. OTW News, also thanks for the subscription, appreciate that. Alfredo Guzman, Michael Mayhems, appreciate you all for being here for me for today's live stream. Michael Mayhem, have you ever played? Wait, no. Oh, yeah, we already answered that one. Okay. When are you going to record again? Oh, well, the next video is going to go out on Tuesday. Next live stream will probably be Sunday, and beyond that, probably next weekend, everyone. But don't worry, I will post up as always about when those streams will be coming. Until then, have a wonderful, wonderful day, everyone. Have an enjoyable weekend, whether you celebrate Valentine's Day or even if you don't. I still want you to have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Know that whoever you are with today, or if you're on your own, you are loved. If nothing else, I appreciate and love all of you today who have showed up for today's stream. So thank you one more time to all of you. All right, so now that Mrs. Inferno's gone, time to get her presents ready for tomorrow, everyone. But one more thing before I leave you today, an important thing that I always like to remind everyone. Just remember that no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. We will see you again Sunday night, everyone. Later.